And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We had to adjust the camera there. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the imho.love show. I'm Lou Angelwolf, and that's Mike Murburg over there. I'm just making some final adjustments on the camera here. And I'll be back around. All right. Happy December, everyone. Today's the 1st of December. A day I always remember. And thanks for getting that. And although it's not true. But here we are at the Darby Ranch, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lou Angelwolf, Mike Murburg. Welcome to imho.love. In my humble opinion, .love. Love is the ending, because love was the beginning, and love will be the ending again. That's just the way it goes. Good to be here, man. We're coming to you live on Facebook Live out of the Darby Ranch, CE5 area, the Skywatch area. And we do have a Skywatch this weekend. Always excited about that. It's every month when there is a new moon or no moon, we gather in the field and we
get naked and dance around a fire.
And burn up marshmallow men.
And we do all that except for getting naked.
Yeah, well,
you could die out there getting naked.
Most of us are kind of old to want to see naked.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just going to shut up now.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the next thing I say is going to be dumb.
Yeah, you got to stay away from naked. It's like,
what is it with nudity? How come Americans have to be clothed?
Because they're not Aborigines.
I
mean,
it's true.
There you go. You saw that.
Yeah, Robert Seppfer, who we're a big fan of here. He's the world's most dangerous anthropologist.
and monotone. The most dangerous and monotone anthropologist in the world.
You know who he was when we were going to school? He was the guy that came and fixed the projector.
Right.
When it go ga 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 ga.
Well, that was actually Bruce Springsteen was the AV guy in his school. He
really?
Yeah, he was one of the guys who pushed the projector.
I don't doubt that.
I mean, go figure, you know. It's like a pencil geek turns into Bruce Springsteen. What happened?
Great. It's great. You know? Here's a guy that didn't want a day job from the beginning.
Right. Hid out in the AV room with the rest of the geeks. That's funny. Springsteen was a geek.
I can't blame him. I would do that too. Well, anyway, folks, we have our topic tonight is we are encouragers of the curious. So if you're extraterrestrial curious, or you
I'm E.T. curious.
Are you E.T. curious?
E.T. curious.
There's a T-shirt that we don't sell.
Along with the rest of our non-merchandise.
We give mental gifts. Whatever you can have a giant enshrined your favorite, spacecraft, whatever.
Or brass bong pipe, whatever.
Brass bong pipes.
For $99.95.
For the indelible smoker. But this show is non-monetized, it's not edited, really. This is some pretty organic shit.
Non-scripted either.
Non-scripted, yeah, pretty much. This is a stream of consciousness between Mike Murburg and Lou Angelwolf, most Wednesday nights at 7:30. We've been pretty regular lately, though. We've been hitting it.
Yeah.
And had a fantastic weekend. Over the weekend, I got to go see my buddy Rocky Laporte.
He was funny.
Very funny comedian.
Funny. One of the funniest guys I've met.
Yeah, he's top shelf,
Genuinely
man.
funny.
Great act, good writer, good delivery.
He told us a great story though.
Yeah.
That whole synchronicity thing.
Yeah.
Or he's like riding on it. We're swapping motorcycle stories, right? Like how I almost died, because the guys who die don't get to tell the stories.
True.
So these are all almost dead stories. So we're swapping stories, and Rocky goes, something happened to me once, and I'm not going to imitate him because he does such a great dumb shit, Chicago Italian. But
yeah.
it's like, but he's but he's riding past this truck on his motorcycle, and he's taking this, 5,000 mile, solo trip is something to be heralded. So
Yeah, he left Chicago and went out to the coast of California and then came back on Route 66.
yeah, that's a great drive,
Yep.
So he's passing it on the interstate. I think it was the interstate. He's passing a semi truck, and all of a sudden, something inside him says, "Just accelerate," And he didn't even think about it. He just cranked it, And he cranks it, and then just as he cranks it, the tire that was right in front of him and next to him blows, and the gator, the tread, goes flying over his shoulder. And if he hadn't goosed it out of nowhere, he would have been dead. Easily dead with that one.
Yeah, those things will rip you in half.
Yeah. But I mean,
truck toenails, we call them.
But yeah, well, gator in the road, dude.
Yeah, sure.
And it was a synchronistic. It was like this is the universe talking to you. This is the Tao reaching out to you in a very non-intrusive way.
Hey, Rocky!
It's like, accelerate. Don't think, just accelerate.
Yeah. So had a fun time with him. Rocky Laporte, if you ever get a chance to see him in your neighborhood, one of the best stand-up comedians I know of. I've never seen him not do absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and not to steal the joke, but he did this one joke, and he goes, he was talking about he goes, and forgive me if I'm pitching Rocky.
Go ahead, sure.
He goes, I wasn't real good at spelling in school, so when I went home to my dad, I showed him my report card, and he says, "Hey, you're not doing so good in spelling in school." And I said, "Well, yeah, I am, Dad. I got a B." And he goes, "No, son, that's a D."
Not a bad mimic, though. Not a bad mimic. And he told one funny joke that I really, really liked. And me being a car guy, I'll tell this joke 100 times. This guy tells his buddy, he goes, "Man, I got to sell my car." He goes, "How come?" He goes, "I got 180,000 miles on it. I'm afraid to drive it much further." He goes, "Hey, go see my buddy Tony. He knows how to spin back the odometer." And so he goes and sees the guy, sees him the next week. He goes, "Hey, man, did you go see Tony?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What did he do?" He goes, "He rolled it back to 45,000 miles." He goes, "Well, did you sell it?" He goes, "No, it's only got 45,000 miles on it now."
Oh, he had 1,000,000 miles. And funniest part of his routine, I won't spoil it, but
yeah,
I will anyway. But
go ahead.
No, he goes in the beginning of his routine. He'll give you like a fact, like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Hey, throughout the night, I'm going to give you like facts or something." How much time was he on stage? Was that half an hour? Or was it?
Oh no, he did 50 minutes.
He did 50 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Well, about every 10 or 12 minutes, he would like give you a fact. like there's like North Dakota is the 39th state. It's like fact. It's like, I told you I'd do this.
What that is an old road dog segueing in his head.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. He needed a second of a joke, of a line that he could take up 10 seconds with while he restacked in his head.
Yeah.
And a throwaway line that is beautiful, and it's a character setter. He's been doing it a long time, and I've loved him every time I saw him. Last time was no exclusion. Also, Monday night in the big comedy world, it was Bull Osie's 50th birthday, and he had a roast at Snappers Comedy Club in Palm Harbor. An absolute festive event. Nabil, the guy that owns the place, such a good comedy dude. And then there was Bull Osie. It's Bullohse. He's one of my friends on Facebook, of course, and we've worked together several times. And I remember, this was one of the jokes I did for the roast. I remember seeing Bull when he was first getting started, when he was just starting to do his shows, and I saw him and I went, "Oh boy," I said, "He should quit now and learn to weld." But anyway, Bull turned out to be a great comic, and he's a really nice man. And I wrote one other joke that was actually pretty good. I said, Bull was one of those guys that has balanced a day job with his comedy career, and he sells and installs insulation for the roof of your house. And he's been doing it a long time. He said, in fact, the insulation that he sells is so pure, you can actually eat it. And he does this in the sales demonstrations because people are worried about toxins and stuff in their attic. He takes a little piece of the insulation and he eats it and swallows it. And he's been doing that a long time. But now, when he farts, it's real quiet. So, anyway.
Good thing it wasn't rolled insulation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, then he started pooping pink cotton candy and he stopped. But anyway, folks, welcome back. That was Sunday and Monday, and here we are Wednesday, 12/1/21, 12121. And today is 7. Today is the big number 7. Today is 7. The total of today is 7 in the 12121 combination. 7 is the number of divinity, the number of divine change. And we welcome you, day number 7.
It's Neptune in retrograde.
Neptune in retrograde.
Yes.
I don't think I printed that out. It's on the... Oh, do you have it?
I think I can dig it up.
Do you want me to...
Yeah, why not?
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing as I am the comedian and poet in residence here at Darby Ranch, I sometimes get random writing assignments in the middle of the day. And our friend Mary Ducina, who's our loosely associated psychic, we love her, and really, really smart lady, and knows the stars and astrology and all that. And she posted this really cool thing
There you go.
about about December 1st. Today, we came out of retrograde. Neptune was in Scorpio. No. Neptune was in retrograde, and so people like Scorpios, like myself. Sometimes it throws us off a little bit, and I read it to Mike. And today's for Scorpio. It's a day of change. It's a day of undoing boundaries. It's a day of anything that you were worried about is now dissolving. It's a really good day for us, I guess. And but Neptune's been in retrograde for the last 5 months, and I certainly have had my difficulties over the last 5 months, and I'm pretty damn happy to see Neptune roll on. Okay, if I've been saying Mercury, I didn't mean to. I meant to say Neptune.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, Neptune in retrograde. There's a little piece I wrote today.
What would Uranus be in that retrograde?
Uranus in retrograde.
That'd be like falling backwards.
You can't poop for 3 months. Uranus is in retrograde.
If Neptune was bad, I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay, here's a little ditty I wrote about Neptune in retrograde. The flowing gowns of the ethereal timekeepers flapped with an exiting swoosh, their hair jostled by the passing wisp. Be it known, Neptune has moved out of retrograde. A morsel of mumble brushed through the crowd. Men took deep breaths and cleared their scattered minds. Women felt energized and a wave of recovery. The energetic twist had released its grip from the suchness. A friendlier field of operations was being formed. People tidied up their loose ends, returned library books, and ran through the car wash. Like waiting for a rope to break, it finally gave way, and many of us fell forward. The ridiculous barking of the neighbor's dog moved away, and the plumber was right on time. We found missing socks, and all the bimbos took their toothbrushes home. Wander freely, Neptune, you mind-binding pain in the ass. Love, Lou Angelwolf, 12/1. I'll post this up later on the site.
Yeah, it was good.
So, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I am the writer in residence, the poet in residence. So, but we often get asked, are you guys associated with any other CE5 groups or MUFON or all these other similar things down a similar avenue of our interest? But for the most part, it's kind of a no.
Yeah, we're really not associated with anybody. We're as Ray Hernandez would say, we are beyond UFOs.
Beyond UFOs.
Beyond UFOs, and we're a non-Greer affiliated human-initiated contact group, also known as CE5, even though there is a Greer flavor to that. But hey, people understand CE5. So.
Well, I think that CE5 is actually an inaccurate title. We've gone over this a few times.
Yeah, he stole it. Actually, CE5. Yeah, think about that. Wait a minute, we're using a stolen.
Yes,
moniker.
we're plagiarizing.
Yeah, we got to stop that.
We have the HICE5, which is what we.
Yeah, HICE5.
HICE5.
Yeah.
HICE5.
HICE5. It's like as opposed to ICE 9, which is a Vonnegut term.
Yes, but close.
So but that was hence the evolution of HICE 5.
Very nice.
So
Well, HICE 5 is human-initiated contact experience, and
or human-initiated close encounter.
Human-initiated. Okay, sure.
Either way, I like the close encounter one.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it is. It's like,
That's correct either way.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have people sending me their pictures of stuff all the time, And it's like, and I'm glad they do, but they have no idea the quality of the contact that we have out here. I mean, it's so above anybody taking a video or a photograph and expecting somebody to understand what happens out here.
Well, the thing that I think separates our group from many other CE5 groups, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of an ostrich with this thing. I get Mike and I's vision for this, or Mike's vision and my assistance, however you want to put it. We're going into our 5th year of meeting out here at Darby Ranch, having the sky watches on every new moon. And the focus of this group is a little different than your average CE5 group. For one, like we said earlier, it's non-monetized. Okay, Mike donates the time, his property. There's a lot of preparation here, but there's a beautiful ranch out here. We're in West Central Florida, and we usually have anywhere from 25 to 35, 40 people.
Anywhere between 35 and 50 this
year. 35 and 50 this year, yeah. And we have 481 current members.
Yep.
We'll probably hit 500 before the year's out. Not that we're even worried about those things.
We're totally under the radar. And as shout out, to Costa Macraeus and Hollis Polk, we did, get our initial kind of information and pat on the back from etletstalk.com. So yes. I have to give them credit because they're the ones that trained me how to do this.
Yes. Hollis Polk and Costa Macraeus they have a website called ET Let's Talk. Is it .com?
Yeah, it's .com. Yeah.
ETLetsTalk.com. Really, really interesting stuff. And I mean years and years of compiled efforts. And in fact, one of the things I wanted to brag about, one of their main contributors there is our dear friend Kat Carroll, and Kat she just wrote a beautiful paper, and I put it up on the imho.love Facebook site, and she's just a colossal writer, and this thing that she put together, it's a hundredth monkey comparison, and really quite enlightening. So it's on the imho.love.
Yeah, if you don't know what the 100th monkey comparison is, it's as if I get it right.
Oh, please.
It's at a certain point in time, it's like it takes only like 4 monkeys to turn the 96 over to the way the 4 monkeys were seeing things.
Right.
Nobody really knows what the tipping point is, but it's kind of academic. Depends on what kind of monkey you're talking about.
Sure.
But,
that was nice little Rhesus ones.
Yeah,
not those nasty ass capuchins.
Yeah, well, they're so nicely they named the peanut butter cup after them.
But yeah, what it is, it's the power of suggestion and again, when you watch somebody do something, it has an energy unto itself.
Yeah, kind of like what's happening with like the people that refuse to be vaxxed, like me.
Right.
Where at a certain point we were still just a very small vocal minority, and there was more and more people talking about it, saying, "No, fuck this. Excuse me, I'm not going to do this."
Right.
It took that very small minority to say, "No, that's enough. And right now, we're getting no is enough. It's enough and it's enough throughout America right now. For all those you guys who aren't here, I mean, it's a wave, and it started from nowhere, and it's an example of the 100th monkey.
Right. And I'm noticing that too. I'm seeing, a lot of people, like most people, are quiet about it. I wasn't. I mean, I was. If you asked me, I wouldn't. I would say that no, I'm not getting a vaccination. I'm going to depend on my immune system. Just the numbers weren't there. I'm also a business guy. There was no reason to venture into that. It was a lose-lose. So I took my chances in a different direction, and so far I've been blessed and been good. But the other thing of it is, in the 100th monkey comparison, the comparison they use the most is there was one monkey that one day just started washing his fruit. The fruit would roll on the ground and they would eat it through the sand and they would just eat it. Well, they saw this one monkey one day, he went down and he rinsed it off in the brook. Well, before you know it, all the monkeys saw that and they found that they enjoyed their fruit more when it wasn't gritty. So the 100 monkeys that were in that group eventually all started washing their fruit, and there were remote groups of monkeys who mimicked the same behavior without ever seeing these monkeys.
Hey, it's a good example of that?
What?
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Where the first monkey picks up a jawbone or something and uses it as a weapon. That's like, all of a sudden, when he's like looking around, they start picking up jawbones,
Yeah, it looks like a weapon. Yeah.
It's like, and or the Tesla with Elon.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Yeah, same thing. He's a 100th monkey.
Yeah, sure.
And what's going to follow after this? Who knows?
Well, there's fresh monkey minds working on everything.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
We might be like the second 100th monkeys.
We'd be Monkey 101 and Monkey 102.
Yeah, but we're like monkeys to the stars.
Monkeys to the stars. That's funny.
Except we've learned how to...
With your host, Paul Lind.
Can't beat that with this.
But yeah, but the 100th, the most fascinating thing about the 100th monkey, learned behaviors are great to observe and all that, but the fact that telepathically other monkeys were picking up on the fruit washing without ever actually seeing it with their eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. That's what this show is about, is monkeys washing fruit. No, it's not what it's about.
It's about monkeys experiencing non-locality.
Okay, yeah. And we are those monkeys.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Rocky. That's non-locality. His experience with that, with the premonition, it didn't even have the premonition, just it spoke to him. That's a non-local experience. Who the hell is talking to you? Who's telling you to do that? It's not you. You're just like kind of like, I'm okay driving along here. And all of a sudden it's like, accelerate. And shut up.
Exactly right. And the same, and I think a lot of psychiatrists, psychologists, hypnotherapists, various therapists, anybody that's really studying the human thing with any intent, you're going to see the thing that I've since I've been studying this is they tell us that we are the consciousness, and that and it's how we interpret things, which actually is backwards. We live in the consciousness, and it's how we respond to the consciousness that we walk through.
We are the consciousness.
We are the consciousness, But what I'm saying is it's not just possessed in the human mind. There's factions of it that are. But this entire consciousness, and that was the working title of the show was Beautiful Skies, Grandma's Heartbeats, and Baby Dolphins. All three of those things happen under the general consciousness of Earth.
Yeah.
And Central Florida has just had the most tremendous skies the last couple of days. In fact, Monday and Tuesday, there were hardly any chemtrails at all, just blue skies. Today, they checkerboarded up the sky for us. And they're not contrails, damn it. Anyway, and then, the next parlance is Grandma's heartbeat, There she is, 2 towns up, 3 states up, 2 countries away. You're sitting there thinking about her. Your grandma, oh, my grandma, she's got such a sweet heart. But her heart is beating under the same consciousness that you're walking through. And baby dolphins, God, is there anything cuter than a baby dolphin? Baby dolphins are being born. They know how to do everything as soon as they get here. And they, as far as, sea mammals go, they really enjoy the consciousness. They are to me, they're the little jesters of the ocean. They really are quite wonderful. But all three of those things are experiencing the same energy at the same time every moment of every day since you got here, since they brought you home from the hospital or the field or wherever you were born. Since then, you've been in the consciousness. And what we're discovering, a lot of the people I study with, Kat Carroll, of course, Suzette, Tatya, the people I study with, and we're exchanging ideas, and of course there's many more, and forgive me if I left you out, I didn't mean to. Don Chamberlain. We realize that under these ideas that we're living on, that it's very, very easily, when you see the power of thought and the power of the manipulation of the consciousness, that there also has been some bad news come through too. There's a mindset that says that we've been completely hypnotized for years, decades, centuries, eons, that the entire earth is under some sort of materialistic slave labor quest, that we're all slowly building towards some sort of utopian existence for somebody else, for our master race, whoever they are. So there's that mindset. But here, if you're alive right now, it's a really, really interesting time to be here. Don't get mad. First off, stop watching mainstream news and media. That's all the low vibration stuff. That's the stuff to keep you confused. That's the watch the birdie bullshit. Just keep moving, okay? You can vibrate higher, and when you vibrate higher, you don't have to do all that frustrating horse shit, okay? And the consciousness that you want to ascend to is one where you are, or I think, this is my opinion, it's the name of the show, in my humble opinion, where you are comfortable in every moment of your day. That all the struggles you went through, all the troubles that you had were to get you here, and they were for you to realize and understand that this is your life now. And we're going into the Age of Aquarius. We're very new into that movement, and there have been great changes throughout all the ages, and this is another one. So I don't know what we can do socially, politically, if anything, but the thing that you want to do is do all your inner work, do all your shadow work, do whatever your spirit's going to endure forever somewhere. this bag of mud we're living in is certainly going to perish someday.
Well, you don't even have to go with spirit. You can go with consciousness. They haven't even been able to define what consciousness is.
Yeah.
So you can say consciousness is the soul, consciousness is spirit, consciousness is your ultimate connection with the God source. Mm-hmm. You know, nobody can tell you you're wrong.
That's true.
Nobody can.
It's true.
It's a hard question of science, and they haven't figured it out yet. So as long as we have it, don't give your power away.
Right.
You know?
It's the same consciousness that's growing a cactus right now in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah, and it's turning the tide against the evil powers of the universe.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I was, out here at the ranch, and I do have some time to myself, which I really, really enjoy. But I really got to thinking, we're relatively well armed out here. But I really, and the thing that, this is my take on it. If I ever see myself defending myself like that, it would be against authoritarian dictates. But probably it would be against looters and raiders more than anything else.
Yeah. You don't want anybody invading your place.
Yeah.
You got the right to shoot them. Actually,
Yeah.
the castle doctrine. Yeah, if they come in armed, you got a right to protect yourself. So,
Oh, I don't want to do that day.
but hey,
I don't want to shoot anybody.
Well, it'll hopefully never occur. But you just have to face the situation when it arises and rely on your best.
Well, right, but here's the thing that I think we're the relay team for this. That there is mindsets that can elevate you past that.
Yeah, and that's the goal, is to make the world get to that point, because whatever we've had, whether it was been religion or rational thought or materialism or even some sorts of spirituality that have, waxed and waned over time, it still boils down to individual freedom and responsibility to make the right choices to get yourself out of this existence and into the next sort of existence, which hopefully is not going to be human, something better.
Yeah.
Energetic, for example, interdimensional, anything but a third dimensional, physical reality human being again. This is a tough dimension to be stuck in. So, there's a lot of people struggling. That's why. But, it's all a lesson, and that's what we have to do. Mm-hmm. So, and that's why we're here.
Well, right. And with an event coming up on Saturday coming, the wonderful spirits that come out, the people that are here, the humans that we all sit along with, and we hold hands and we share energies, and it may be Escape from Planet Earth 101, but I really do believe it's going to be a mental and consciousness wired escape. If you want to get out of here, do all your work inside, do all your work in your head, do all your work in your heart, your hands, so you're free to move on. Wait, what's funny?
I was just thinking grapes of wrath, and I start thinking human beings. It's like we're in a world that's being ruled by the apes of wrath.
The apes of wrath. Very nice. Very good.
That's what happens when I get stoned before.
Well, it's,
every now and every
it's always
now
a
and
plus.
then. It is.
Always a plus. Yeah, and there are, but see, what we also have to understand is, even if you're well armed, and even if there ain't nobody taking my cans of cream corn, even if you have that mindset, just know there's space above that for you. But when you start taking your eyes off of us, off of your peers, and then you start looking further and further up, where's the problem? Where's the source? Where's the leak? Where's the issue? Okay, where's the fire? And it's way above us financially. And, you listen to these guys talking, making speeches to the UN, that they're going to imply trillions of dollars for global warming or global climate change to recondition the earth and they have, and those are your giant hedge funds that those are your largest corporations that own corporations that own corporations.
Yeah, and what they're doing is with the global carbon taxes, they're squeezing the West, and then they're making their money on the squeeze on the West, and they're financing or helping finance China create however many 118 new coal-fired power plants, and they're not playing by the rules, and they're not adhering to global warming. So why aren't we bitching at China?
Right.
Why aren't we? Yeah. Why are we? It's scheduled so that we fight amongst ourselves and weaken ourselves, and they continue to profit over that kind of internal, human warfare. That's not an outrageous conflict.
Yep. I've seen all 5 Rocky movies, and we're at the point in the movie right now where he's getting the shit beat out of him, and he's a little dizzy, and he's like, "Which one's the referee?" And that's
you don't look like Adrian. Where am I? And
that's kind of where we're at right now with the information and the energy that comes flying at us out of that blinking light. That's and they want to keep you off balance. They want to keep you constantly guessing. And go ahead. But what I'm saying is instead of looking around, look up. Because your next level of problems is coming right. It's all coming down. Shit runs downhill, and this is no different. So, but you really want to try to understand what the big issue is, okay? It's past money. It's past power. It's past control, okay? And you would think, well, if you had those 3 things, you ought to be happy, even if you're some egomaniacal Simon Bar Sinister fucking maniac. But no, there's actually global dominance. And this actually could be some sort of mindset left over from reigning regimes from years gone by, which is the bad take on things. It's the greed center for this incredible planet, this beautiful planet, the baby dolphins in your grandma's heart, that the bad guys want this place. It's full of nutrients that the whole rest of the universe apparently likes. I really do think this is some incredible oasis for the universe, because we've had tremendous amounts of extraterrestrial presence here forever and ever. They come and they go, and then you start getting into quantum time, and then everything really gets dizzy. But the thing that almost everybody that knows that comes out here for the CE5 events, the Sky Watches, is they do, and sitting in that field out there with a fire and peaceful people around you, and there's no anger, there's no harsh words, there's no television. We play some meditation music sometimes, but for the most part, you're just hearing the fire crackling and friendly conversations and a little pocket of laughter here and there. And we're sitting back in our zero gravity chairs and we're looking up in the sky, and we really are reaching out from our hearts, from our insides, from our grandest intellect to our most innocent innocence. We're looking out together as a group, assuming and understanding the oneness of all this, and now reaching out for the next level that will meet with this oneness. And that's our, that's out there in the subtle realm, like Mike likes to say. It's far away from the troubles of Earth. And that's where the next energy is coming from.
Well, it does come down to energy, and when it gets to energy and vibration, you yourself can select the color you want to be. All right. I mean, you want to exude purple from the crown chakra, then just exude it. Be that color.
Yeah. There's no wrong way to do it.
Well, I was just thinking about color though. Is it one of the things that makes Earth so beautiful? We have so many colors. We have colors, and we have as human beings we can see a really great array of colors. But the reality is, it's a very narrow band of colors. So if you can imagine that if you have color perception like an eagle or an owl or something, but if you have color perception that's wider than our range of colors, can you imagine what colors exist out there? We can't even pick it up.
Yeah, you can't even. Your brain can't even make it.
So and it's an extraordinary planet because we have all this light, we have all these different colors, and it's what Sagan call it, the blue dot. Out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the end of the universe, but it's such a beautiful blue dot. I mean, can you imagine if you have the ability to, it's the only place where we have colors like this, as vivid and as many in the universe, I mean, if you had color sense, it was beyond human beings. Where else would you want to go other than here? Because if you're a colorist, that's what attracts you.
Yes.
So, and it's a higher vision. So be the color you choose and then realize that there's plenty of them here, and that's probably, aside from the monkey show, why E.T. visits,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. So, I identify as indigo with a gold pinstripe.
I'm going Schwinn purple all the way.
So, in all that hippy dippy mind speak we just went through, what you find out here at the Skywatch is people that are going, okay, I've been on this earth for a while. I've been disappointed. I've been hurt. I've had my heart broken. I've had things stolen from me. I've had incredible setbacks. I've had glorious encounters. I've had all these things happen. And the culmination of your life is what's still sitting there beating your heart right now. And so you got all these people that have made some an individual declaration of their acceptance of the world. And then as a group, we come together and we offer that acceptance of all things. And we try to put the best of our energies in there, where love and innocence, those energies, where those are sourced. And we throw them all out in the air, out from us. And then they bind up together, and then they shoot out into space. And our extraterrestrial family, see, we're terrestrials, they're extraterrestrials. So this really isn't that big of a reach. But we also have to think, well, what would they want from us? If we really did want to communicate with them, what are we going to do? Show them the grandeur of your iPhone? Chances are they have iPhones just to flush toilets.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They can just think and flush a toilet.
I think I'd lay iPhone Infinity.
And
trademark.
And I can think of, in the spectrum of emotions in this world, love and innocence. Those are your two prime wonders to me. Like I said, love is the beginning, love is the end. And the purest part of love is the innocence, that you are willing to be taught, that you're willing to lay down your ideas, that you're willing to accept new and brighter scenarios for your life, your future, your soul. Okay? So then you get 20, 30, 40 of these people together that have a very, very similar point of view, and that creates an energy. And there are times when we're out there in the Skywatch field, we'll have an invocation, we'll all hold hands, we'll pass energy to one another, and literally, just like you sit down, then the sky lights up. I can't say it's like, custom order, UFO show. It's not. And there's some nights you sit here for a while and not much goes on. But that's fine. If you see something, fantastic, man. That's the cherry on top. That's the heart stimulus. That's what you think you came out here for. But what you really came out here for was the union of souls, to sit next to like-minded, open-minded, loving, caring, non-judgmental people who are they're trying to figure things out as much as you are. And
that's what brings E.T. in. They're the kind of people that E.T. would like to know.
Yeah. And like I said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to impress E.T. other than show them how kind and wonderful we can be?
Yeah. We can take all our jawbones and throw them in a pile.
Yes. It's Piltdown Man again.
We are the 100th monkeys.
We are, and and if the behavior of this planet changes, 1% over the love that we share, and it's all in its simplicity, man. I mean, I come from a church background, a Christian background, a Jewish background, a hippie background. I mean, I've been culminating all these Western mental sciences forever, all my life. There's not a day in my life I haven't gone by and contemplated my place in the universe. But with this group here, and with Mike's been a fantastic teacher for me. He's taught me so much about the Tao and the consciousness of life. Oh, why don't people know I have a show right now?
Well, last time I contemplated my place in the universe, it was like I had to go to Google Maps. Where am I?
Yeah, I don't know who's calling me now. I hope it's not interrupting the show. Let me get up and look.
Yeah, go take a look.
Say something, Mike, just in case we're live.
Yeah, I'll try to think of a joke. I'm not thinking of
the
any.
polar bear joke?
No, it's the polar bear joke.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, we're still going. All right. Hey, Derek. Love you too, buddy. And Mark Cottingham. Still good. Thank you, brother. Mark Cottingham, man. I love seeing his little face light up there. He's such a nice guy. I've known him all of our lives. I think we met in 4th grade or 5th grade. And always just been a real reasonable soul. Did I tell the polar bear joke the other night?
No, you didn't. But you go to heaven, go to the pearly gates, and you say, Peter goes, "Why should I let you in?" And you can say, "Well, I was a reasonable soul."
I was a reasonable soul.
Oh, okay. That's good enough.
Sit over there on the Group W bench. But here's the polar bear joke. If I didn't tell it, I think I did though. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, it's worth it.
Yeah.
We had different people this week, I guess.
Okay.
This baby polar bear walks up to his mom. He goes, "Mom, are you sure I'm a polar bear?" And the mom goes, "Well, of course you're a polar bear, honey. I'm your mother. I'm a polar bear. There's your dad over there. He's a polar bear. There's your grandma and grandpa out there. They're both polar bears." He goes, "What makes you think you're not a polar bear?" He goes, "'Cause I'm fucking freezing." So, did I tell that?
No.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. There's the polar bear joke. Good joke for winter time. How are we doing on time there?
Oh, we got plenty. We got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear over? Boom, folks. But if you're curious about the CE5, we also give a big thanks out to Celia Hatch, who writes and gives away a CE5 handbook. That's how it is, a CE5 handbook by Celia Hatch. And what's her partner's name, do you know?
Corinne Cornish.
Corinne Cornish is their co-authors. And they did an exhaustive study on it. And they do it kind of organically like we do.
Yeah. And they've been down here to practice with us. Is one of the reasons the field is so blessed. We've had souls like that, and we had Ray and his group in, and Ray Hernandez, and Bob Davis.
Bob Davis. Get to see Bob Davis again.
Yeah,
and Nancy Dutetra, man.
I mean, it's like you're naming the Marvel Comics super people in the Hollis and Costa, super people in the world of CE5 and doing this.
Yeah, that's the A group, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like what do? We just make contact with extraterrestrials and interdimensionals through exercising our consciousness and imagination to bring them into our reality. That's all.
Yeah, that's what we do. What do you do?
Really? Golf? Oh, really?
Oh,
that's funny.
Oh, you got a stock car?
I miss playing golf, but this is better. This is a lot more fun.
Well, here's the thing, like I was saying before. I mean, I did the whole church gamut. I was the associate pastor of a biker church, the Salvation Saloon. Wonderful group of people. And all these avenues, I even had this dude named Dave that I went to the church of Dave when I was like 14 or 15 years old. I walked the aisle at North Dunedin Baptist Church. I've been baptized in the Jordan River. I mean, I've been in Israel, and I've done it all, man. And it's all been a big seek.
Yeah.
It's all been a big seek. But
Yeah.
this is the most genuine, non-pretentious, non-conditional experience of human beings loving on one another that I've ever met. We don't want anything from each other. It's not like we don't pass a plate at the end.
And so many contactees, though, people who've had immense and profound prior contact, they're just, they're members of the group. It's just incredible. And that's why I started to begin with, is so people could counsel here and talk about it. But what happened is people like that who've had lifetime, like you, me, we've all had lifetime of encounters. And then we're all here.
Right.
And then they're showing up.
There are no coincidences in this world. Everything is a vibration. Everything is a frequency. And what's happening is those of us that are in tune with our frequencies, we're escaping the lower frequencies because we just can't take it anymore. We're not. It's too confounding for us. We like to communicate on higher levels of frequency where it's more peaceful and serene.
Yeah, high vibration.
High vibration, man. And that's where the good stuff happens. The low vibration. I mean, yeah, I still drive through a low vibration neighborhood every once in a while.
Heavy vibrations are no good for you.
Yeah. But that harmonious, peaceful, sanguine, easygoing, slightly forward leaning vibration it's how I want to ride this storm out, man.
Yeah.
And I only want to be, and you got to go down there and help everybody, but for my immediate people, all my immediate people are so wide awake. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm so blessed to be around them because they teach me daily. And I give what I got. And it's a wonderful, wonderful energy exchange. And you would have to think there's no materialism attached to it. There's no foreseeable tit for tat exchange or gain. It's that, like Lao Tzu's saying, he says, a man who plants the seed of a tree and never expects to sit in its shade has begun to understand the meaning of life. So and forgive my paraphrase on that. It was close.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
But, there's always a next lifetime, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just might find that tree the second time around and have some shade.
That tree looks so familiar to me. Yeah. We're all doing Rocky Laporte now.
The highest form of flatter.
It is. What a great show. Look him up on YouTube, man. He's got some great stuff.
Rocky Laporte. Good guy.
It's L.A. capital P-O-R-T-E. Italian guy from Chicago. Stand-up comic. He's on Comic Strip Live. He's got a bunch of stuff out there. Anyway, and Bull Ossie, thank you for the laughs, man. Great crew at the roast Monday night.
Bull Ossie, I had a quip on him, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah?
Yeah. I forgot what I told you.
I was wondering, his real name's Bill.
Yeah.
But his nickname's Bull.
Yeah.
How'd you get that nickname? Sloppy handwriting? And that was a great crew out there. Kyle Roos, real funny dude. He's kind of like a little Bukowskian troll. He's a funny guy.
That guy Bull's got a bullet head, though. He's like the Coneheads with a deflated top,
Yeah.
It's just like kind of widen down a little bit.
His mom was a Saxon.
Really? Oh, that's right. His last name was something. It was a strange last name.
Osei.
Yeah.
O-H-S-E.
Yeah.
And great comedian. Go see him and tell him Lou sent you. Pat Largo was there. Chris Gorgeous was the host, who sends his best to you, Mike.
Oh, I thank you, Chris.
Mark Byrne, Steve Eric, was a young guy, black guy named Darren Walker, I believe. Tommy Bell, Mike Rivera stopped in. It literally was a who's who of who the fuck are those guys. So that's your Tampa Bay. That's your core group of the stand-up comics around. So
The Usual Suspects.
The Usual Suspects, absolutely. What a great film. I want to watch that again.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw that?
I don't know. I need a dose of Kaiser Sose in my life.
You do, man.
Yeah.
The first rule. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the imho.love show. That's in my humble opinion.love. Today is the first day of December. We are going into Scorpio in Pisces, which is always a treat for us. And really, if you look at the animals of the zodiac or the symbols, you'll find that, the ones where you're like the creature most like you, you're all kind of compatible. Like Scorpios are compatible with Cancers, and because they have the different things, and sometimes your same sign is a beautiful transition. But whatever your symbol is generally pretty close to, and like fish. Like scorpions and fish are kind of related, a couple of laps apart.
Yeah, there's a joke. There's a scorpion and a fish that are on the side of the river.
And one other thing, while I got a minute on babbling, I bought a great joke from comedian Craig McCart. He's been my friend for 30-some years, 35 years. And in my opening act, I always talk about it. I said, I got a little turned around coming to the show tonight. I said, my GPS wasn't working. I was all turned around. But there was a guy standing on the corner. And I pulled up to him. I rolled down the window. I said, hey, buddy. I said, how do you get to Brooksville? And he goes, my uncle takes me. So that's in my act now. That's right after the Redneck 911 joke. So it's a great, and it has such a nice, it's got like a slow melt and a boom.
It's like Rocky south of the Mason-Dixon.
Ladies and gentlemen, our lovely producer, Kathy McGuire, puts this out on BitChute, YouTube, imho.love homepage, Podbean. She does a fantastic job for us, and we love you, Kathy. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better. And everybody, keep taking your vitamins, man. C, D, zinc, turmeric. Get some sunshine. Do some sun gazing. But ever since Suzette taught me to do that sun gazing, man, and talk about the lucid dreaming. A night that I get to sun gaze and do lucid dreaming that night, woo! I had a great in-between night before. Mm-hmm. I dreamt I was like laying down in like a tank, like an army tank, and it had a riveted window over it, right? And it was like morning, and there was like dew on the window, and there was somebody up there wiping the dew away so they could look in the window at me laying in the tank, and it was like a tall gray.
Ah.
It was an extraterrestrial. He was just wiping away so you could see me in there. And
did he have like a rack?
Yeah, he did. He wanted to check the tires. They used to do that back in the old days.
Well, back in New York, you drive to New York, the bumps would always run up to your car on the Lower East Side, and they have these greasy rags. And they say, "Would you want me to do your window?" You just give them $1 to stay away.
Yeah, just please don't ruin my windshield. Yeah. But I was a full-service garage, full-service gas station attendant. I checked people's tires. I did their windshield. I topped off their radiator, topped off their washer fluid.
You're like a Texaco man.
I was a Texaco man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Love you a bunch. Hey, Mark Cottingham. Hey, Tim Gibson, and whomever else called during the show. Love you so much. Like, share, subscribe, send it to friends. Nanette, I'm sure you'll be out of jail soon. Donnie Chamberlain, we'll see you in a couple of days. Love you all so much. Have a wonderful, and see you next Wednesday night, the 8th.